All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. The name of the video is Why is Race a Big Deal in the United States? Oh, wow, it's complex. Let's go and jump into it. This is coming from SOC 119. Let's do it.
So, my name is Vivek, and the question
Vivek.
which I had was, why is race such a big issue in America? In the rest of the world, it's not as big an issue.
What? Why is race a big issue?
In America. In the rest of the world, it's not as big an issue.
Okay, because look, there are two things that happened here
Okay.
that we're still dealing with. This is actually a really cool question. Where are you from in India, by the way?
South India.
South India? Okay, so listen.
What's your angle?
Why is race still a big issue here? Because this is where, in the Americas, is where we had the longest lasting, most extensive genocide in human history against Native Americans. And we've never come to terms with that.
Okay.
And, to this day, if you ask Americans how many tribes there are and how many Native Americans is, many people think they don't even exist anymore.
Oh, they definitely do.
And
Absolutely.
do you know how many tribes there are in the United States? Federally recognized tribes? Take a guess.
Federally recognized or totally?
Federally recognized tribes.
2,000?
No,
2,000?
lower.
Pair up really fast. How many tribes? With your neighbor, how many tribes do you think there are federally recognized? How many, bro?
40.
40.
No.
200.
How many?
200.
200.
Guys, it's definitely 574. This is coming from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the BIA. But all right.
How many?
I don't know.
What?
6, 7.
6, 7? Bro, how many, man?
100.
How many?
150. 100.
150, bro.
Less than 500.
Less than 500.
Less than
About
500.
1,000.
1,000. What do you
Okay.
think?
Like 300.
300?
Less than 100.
This is really fascinating. Bro, because you started with 2,000, the numbers get really inflated. Because when we ask people this question, and we give them a bunch of numbers, and we start at 3, and we go to 3 and 7 and 50 and so on and so forth,
Okay.
the average answer will be like 15.
Yeah, it's going to be higher
But since
depending
you
on
started with so
the first
many,
number.
the average answers start to go up. The answer
Yeah.
is over almost 600, right? So, bro, what's that? 566. Yeah.
566.
One of the most
This has to be an old video then, guys.
recent was actually Pocahontas' tribe, which
Yeah, this video is 7 years old. Guys, I'm gonna research it really quickly, but I'm pretty sure it's 574.
we all know her, one of the last to be recognized by the U.S. federal government.
So, what we see. So, one of the issues is the longest lasting genocide in human history
Yeah.
took place here. And it's most extensive. In terms of the numbers of people and in terms of how long it lasted, and human beings are still trying to deal with that. The second issue is slavery, which we've never been able to deal with. Do you want to respond to the Native American thing? Because I'm going to talk about it. Yeah.
Also, to add on to what Sam said, this country was founded on racism, and that's undisputable. I think, and when we talk about the transatlantic slave trade, that's when the idea of race was created. It was used to justify why you're dehumanizing, animalizing, and the way you treat other people.
I would say the concept of race definitely goes back further than the transatlantic slave trade. We could probably bring up the botanists, the famed botanists, let's say, Carl von Linnaeus and Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. They basically started the classification of humans around the world, basically called the aboriginals, plants and fauna.
And I think, when we talk about the founding of this country and the U.S. Constitution is written in the fabric of America, and I think, other places don't have these problems because other places didn't have civil rights movements like we did in America, which tried to address that issue. But it's something that is constantly evolving because the idea of race changes based on where you're at. Like when Irish people came here, they weren't considered white until after a while. Or when people from
Francis Bacon's rebellion.
they weren't considered white until
Irish,
after a while. Or when
Spanish,
people
Italians.
from Italians either. So I think that is very complex, and I think you have to look at slavery and understand why race was created in the first place.
Dude,
Okay.
do you want to add?
Like guys, you do know that slavery specifically of Africans, sub-Saharan Africans, were happening before the Europeans, right? Like we have to understand that it goes deep. Like slavery in itself has been utilized to subjugate the conquered. Let's just say that there. The Arab slave trade was much, I think, it was longer at least than the European chattel slavery specifically, guys. So we need to go back a little bit further. Just go back a little bit further. But either way, but if we're talking about in the eyes of the United States of America, I understand what you're saying.
Slavery and understand why race was created in the first place.
Dude, do you want to add to that? What's your name, bro?
It's Arsh.
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 Another thing I wanted to add, I'm from India too,
Okay.
and one of the big things, like,
Hold the mic close.
India's
Turn
an-
around toward the mic so people, toward the camera. Wait, step this way, back up, so people in back can see your smiling face.
So India is a new country. They only gained their independence in, I forget. Yeah,
Yeah.
in 1947.
Dude, he's like busy, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So when India broke up and what became what is now Pakistan, there were genocides between Hindus and Muslims and Sikhs.
Right, right.
Both sides were just killing each other. It was a big thing, and India's come to terms with that. They've acknowledged it already. In 1984, there were anti-Sikh riots. Just a couple of months ago, India apologized for that. They accepted it. So I think that's why, like, at least for India, race isn't as huge of an issue. But
Yeah, that's a lie. Okay. Maybe, guys, I'm sorry, bro. Not Indian. The conversation is going to kind of go off the rails if we're going to disregard the caste system and how the caste system still kind of lives to today. If you were to go to India with specifically dark skin, okay, let's just be honest here. Let's just, this shouldn't be a fluff piece, but I get it. They are obviously both from South India, right? Because they're here. Let's just say that they're obviously from South India. They have the look of South India. And these were basically the elites, if that makes any sense here. That's why you go to North India, you start to realize you run into a gigantic amount of like abject poverty. Under no circumstance do you travel there alone. Like all of these things here, bro. Let's not forget about the caste system and how it still, right now, exists in India.
so I think that's why, like, at least for India, race isn't as huge of an issue.
Okay,
But
bro.
In the U.S., like, trust me, I love this country because I see the potential in it, and I can compare it to India. But in the U.S., the war on drugs, the war on black people, the war on drugs, slavery.
This guy here that's behind him is just a victim, bro. Right? That's all that I hear him, and he's just a victim. Can we please move on here? He's referring to Iran
On
Contra.
black people.
We can have that conversation,
slavery.
but
There's
that's
so
not the
many
current
issues
one.
that have just not been talked about by our government. Even today, the war on drugs just keeps capturing, we're all targeting a specific race of people, and it's just not, there's so many issues that aren't coming out to light because the government doesn't bring them out to light. And for me personally, when I compare India and the U.S., I think that's why race is such a big deal here. My family asks me the same question all the time. And I think that's
How
the
is it
biggest-
so big?
That didn't make any
How is
sense.
it so? Yo, very cool, man. Thanks, bro.
Bro, he didn't say a single thing. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but like, bro, you are in college. Right? You need to be able to articulate your thoughts and theories, bro. Not allow someone that's behind you, that's a permanent victim, to basically influence your statements. Why are you doing that here? Speak coherently and articulate.
Here's where I would say, listen,
Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh no. God. I think the professor was kind of on track to kind of explaining a good amount of why race is kind of such a big deal for the most part. I think it makes a lot of sense. I don't really see that as being kind of off color. Pun intended here, let's say. But the guy who spoke up and was just basically just being a victim the entirety of his speech, that was kind of irrelevant. Right, like, I mean, we can have those conversations, but I'm not sure that's the reason why race is a big deal. And you didn't answer the prompt, bro. You didn't. Race is a big deal is because, guys, we are living through a literal experiment. Let's just say that there. What other time in history have this many amount of cultures come together into one? America is nothing more than an experiment. right? Like it's just that. Right? We are experimenting on seeing if this type of thing could work in the future, potentially. Right? We are currently test subjects, test dummies. Right? That's what it is here. There are people that are from other cultures, right? Specifically, that have never experienced any other people that look different from them. They're coming here and, immediately assuming everyone is what American media, specifically Hollywood, has pushed about all the groups. Right? This is the same reason why all the illegals that come into the United States of America, they for some reason want to go to all of the cities they saw in the movies and TV shows, right, from their country. Our biggest export, in fact, is our media and Hollywood, right? We sell a dream to people, guys. This is why so many people flood here. This is the reason why they go to the cities that they saw the most on TVs and movies, guys. It just is what it is here, right? And so other people start to believe that whatever they saw on some random movie perfectly depicts at least a group of people. And then whatever group of people tends to live up to the thought or theory, let's say, of what that is. So for example, if you have no idea who you are, you're looking for a version of self, and you have no positive influence in your life, what you will do occasionally is look at the media, and you will start to see that there are people who look just like you. I know what I should do. I should act just like them, right? Like that's what it is here, guys. End of the day. Then obviously other people start to perceive that. Then imagine you live in an area where everyone around you looks identical to you, and then you see someone different than you. Right? All you're going to do is go back to the thought or theory that Hollywood or the media has basically created for you. It is what it is here, guys. It's the same exact bit of nonsense. The best thing is to just ignore the nonsense and meet and hang out with your foreign neighbor. Okay, like learn who they are for who they are, not what you perceive them to be based off of some random junk media that's been produced, let's say. It's my thought, guys. I don't like the concept of racism, guys. I don't like talking about it, guys. I think it's a tough conversation because there's some people who are just going to be a victim consistently, right? Period. I don't care about the skin color, guys. I don't care about that because you could be a victim based off your skin tone. You could be a victim based off of your own specific ideology. You could be a victim based off of your gender, sexuality. Like you're just going to be a victim, bro. Right? And I don't want people to be victims. I want them to be able to kind of win. You know what I mean? I just want everyone to win. And the only way you're going to win is if you open up, get out of the ridiculous past, right? Because the past was hard for everybody, bro. All right? The past was hard for everybody. And I know that I can see the comments already. But the past weren't hard for white people. Not all white people own land, guys. You're aware of that, right? They didn't own land. They didn't own property. A lot of them were poor, like very poor. Like, look at today. Most white people are poor. Most of them that you encounter, most of them are poor. Right? There's a small group, a subsection of white people, let's say, that are super rich. There's a subsection of black people that are super rich, even though black people are generally the poorest in the United States of America per capita. Right? There's a subsection. Like you can't dwell. You can't say someone is something based off of a small percentage of people, bro. That's ignorance, guys. It's complete ignorance. But all right, listen, guys. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I will catch you guys later. All right.